Okay, it's my second attempt to make a video and work out the last task from the week health. On Sunday I spent a couple of hours doing the last tasks and I spent almost an hour answering the questions. I was looking at the screen of my smartphone and was talking just to myself, and then at the end it turned out that there is no video, so I'm going to do it once again. That is why I missed a deadline. Let's start.
Number 1, when is the last time you had a pain in your stomach?
As for me, it was long ago. I can't remember exactly, but my daughter experiences stomachache quite often, and just last week on Thursday, she had a stomachache and she had to skip the lessons and go home. So she spent a couple of days at home, lying in bed. She took some pills, and luckily everything is okay now.
Number 2, how often do you have headaches?
Sometimes I do have headaches. Sometimes I can take a painkiller to soothe the pain, but it's not very often. Till the age of 30, maybe, I've never experienced headache, and I couldn't understand what hurt and how it is having a headache.
Number 3, what is the reason people can have problems with their breathing?
Problems with breathing, poor respiratory system when every cold turns into bronchitis, and bad ecological situation in the area where you live. That is the problem of our city, bad ecology, and it leaves much to be desired. I mean, the situation leaves much to be desired, and a lot of people complain that they suffer from some problems with their breathing.
Number 4, what makes you feel dizzy?
Dizzy. When you are starving, when you feel fatigue, or when you have food poisoning, I think.
Number 5, what makes you feel sick?
Feel sick, it's when you are about to vomit. When food poisoning, when you had something that was not fresh. I mean, you didn't pay attention to an expiry date and just had something from your fridge that was off. You can feel sick.
Number 6, why is getting sick in the winter easier than getting sick in the summer?
It depends. I don't think that it's much easier to get sick in winter, because in summer, when it's very hot and stuffy, for example, in your office, you just turn on the air conditioner, and it's very easy to get sick staying under the air conditioner, or when you drink ice cold water, and it's easy to get a sore throat.
Number 7, when was the last time you didn't feel well?
Well, if not to take hangover into account, it was in autumn. As a rule, I come down with a terrible cold every autumn in October, I think. And actually nothing helps. I take vitamins, I try to just wear appropriate clothes, and but I usually catch a cold in autumn.
Number 8, what do you do to prevent from falling ill?
Nothing special. Sometimes I take vitamins, Try not to be caught in the rain in spring or autumn. Wear appropriate clothes, things like that.
Number 9, how do you not catch a cold?
As I have already said, when it's cold, try to wear warm clothes, do up all the buttons on your coat, wear a scarf and a hat, especially when it's windy, and don't stay under a draft or air conditioner. That's it.
Number 10, what does getting the flu feel like?
It feels like you are dying. You know, this pain in the whole body, pain in your muscles, this terrible fever when you are sweating and shivering and feel fatigue, have a headache. Wow, yuck.
Number 11, what do you use when you have a runny nose? Number 12,
Some nasal drops. That's it, nothing special.
do you know anyone that has had a heart attack or a stroke?
No, I don't know anyone who has had a heart attack or stroke.
Number 13, why do some people have panic attacks on airplanes?
Because they are afraid of flying. They feel like their life depends on someone and they can't control the situation. And actually, if you are, there are no chances to stay alive if you are in a plane crash. So that is why maybe they have a fear of flying and have a panic attack when the plane takes off. And
Number 14, what is your biggest fear?
my biggest fear in terms of health, I think to become bedridden, when you just when you are still alive but can't take care of yourself, and you become helpless, and you become like a burden for your family.
Number 15, would you rather have a cough or a rash?
Good question. It's like, what would you choose? To be rich or unhealthy, or poor but healthy? So I would choose to be rich and healthy. That is why I wouldn't like to choose between cough or rash. No cough and no rash.
Number 16, what are the risks associated with high blood pressure?
I don't know. I have to Google it.
Number 17, what activities cause one to have a callus?
A person can have a callus when he wears new shoes with no socks on, or when you have a long walk for several hours, maybe.
Number 18, what causes someone to have a dental filling?
A cavity causes someone to have a dental filling, and toothache usually causes unbearable pounding pain, and you have to go to the dental professional straight away.
Number 19, why do some people have cavities?
They don't take good care of their teeth and eat a lot of sweets.
20, what causes more pain, shots or dental fillings?
The dental service is done with the anesthesia, and actually there is no pain, so that is why just a simple shot can cause more pain than dental filling.
Number 21, what do you do if you have a fever?
What do I do? Take paracetamol or a mixture that lowers the temperature, stay in bed, and that's it.
Number 22. Would you rather be shivering or sweating?
Again, no shivering and no sweating. I would choose to be strong and healthy, full of energy, and
Number 23. What is a common side effect to a medicine for a cold?
I don't know, you need to read the instructions before use, because every medicine has different side effects.
Number 24. How often do you make an appointment to see the dentist?
For me, it's twice a year. I have to do this special cleaning teeth procedure, because after I got pregnant, I have some problems with my teeth, and so I have to take good care of them.
Number 25. Why do you see a doctor? Number 26.
Why do you see a doctor? If I have some problems with my health, if something troubles me, and home remedies don't help, and if I feel like I need to stay at home and can't go to work, I go to see a doctor to have some recommendations and to have a prescription for maybe for antibiotics or something else. That's it.
6. When does the doctor need to test your blood? Number
When actually they when you go to see a physician, they always ask you to have to test your blood, just to find out what's causing the problem.
Number 27. When does the doctor need to check your lungs?
If you have terrible cough, when you gasp and can't fall asleep, because cough becomes stronger when you lie in bed and try to fall asleep, and when there are some symptoms of bronchitis or something like that, a doctor needs to check your lungs and can ask you to have an X-ray exam.
Number 28. What is the purpose of examining somebody?
Just to the doctor examines you in order to understand, to see your condition and to understand what's causing the problem, to be able to give a prescription and give you good recommendation for the treatment.
Number 29. What is the most effective test to be diagnosed from?
I don't know. I think it depends on the problem you are experiencing, the kind of pain you have. Sometimes a disease can be diagnosed by a simple blood test. Sometimes you need to have some more tests and maybe X-ray or MRI. It depends.
Number 30. Do you wait to go to the hospital until it's a question of life or death, or do you go before it gets that bad?
A question of life or death. It sounds very, I don't know, serious. And that is why first I usually try to just to stay in bed and to use some home remedies. But if nothing helps and within several days the situation gets worse, I will go to see a doctor.
Number 31. What can relieve the pain of a headache?
A painkiller or a simple massage, when you just do something like that and stay in bed and have good rest.
32. What time of the year is a flu epidemic likely to occur?
Late autumn and winter. I think. Yeah.
Number 33. What is one way to spread germs?
When you feel like you've got a cold and you still go to work and you have a runny nose and you can't stop sneezing, so this way you spread germs.
Number 34. How do people get food poisoning?
Hmm. How? They uh, sometimes they just eat too much and it can cause food poisoning. Sometimes they don't pay attention to the expiry date and may grab something from the fridge that is off, and it can cause pain in the stomach. Too much alcohol also can cause food poisoning when you feel sick and like not very good.
Number 35. Why is it important to be healthy?
Why? Because we all want to be full of energy, to be healthy. When you have some health problems, you can't enjoy life. Actually, you won't be able to enjoy the vacation if you feel sick. You won't be able to just stay active when when you get a flu, for example. So the answer is obvious.
Number 36. What are the benefits of cutting down on sugar?
Mm, for me, it's just the way to lose some weight, and actually it doesn't. I don't do it on purpose to maintain my health. It's just I need to do it to just to feel comfortable, to myself when I look at myself in the mirror, and to feel confident when I wear a swimming suit on the beach, things like that. I know that it's connected somehow with your blood pressure, but I don't know exactly what problems can it cause.
Number 37. Why do doctors tell patients to give up smoking?
Mm, because just because smoking is bad for your health. I know that it's actually not it's an old-fashioned habit, and mm, it doesn't give you any benefits. It just takes some of your health, yeah, your energy. It can cause cancer or some problems with your breathing. That is why doctors tell people to give up smoking.
Number 38. What type of medicine can you buy without a prescription?
A lot of medicines you can buy without a prescription. Some herbs that you can brew, and some pills, painkiller, some pills that you can use when you have a sore throat or pain in your stomach, some nasal drops when you have a runny nose. A lot of things, band-aid. I don't know, almost everything except antibiotics and some serious medicines that can be prescribed only by a professional.
Number 39. What type of drug can you buy over the counter?
As I have already mentioned, drugs that you can buy without a prescription.
Number 40. How do doctors prescribe a drug?
First, they need to examine you. They ask you some question to check your condition. They check your lungs. They just mm, ask you to have some tests to find out what the problem is, and only then they prescribe you a drug, and that is appropriate to your condition, and that the drug that will help you to relieve the pain, to reduce the symptoms. I don't know.
Number 41. Who gives you a prescription?
A doctor, a physician. When you go to a clinic, after he examines you, he gives you a prescription.
Number 42. Why is it important to work out on a regular basis?
Yeah, it is just it must be like a way of your life. Like you clean you brush your teeth twice a day. You have meals 3 or 4 times a day. It's obvious, and the same thing have to be with working out, because it gives you energy. It gives you good mood. It helps you be healthy and stay active, especially if you don't have a very active lifestyle, like you spend 8 or 10 hours every day sitting in your office, um, doing some paperwork, when you drive a car and don't walk much. So it's the way out to stay active, to work out on a regular basis.
Number 43. What type of people stay the most physically active? Number 44.
What type of people? I don't know. First, I wanted to say that sportsmen stay the most physically active, but at the same time, they also have some very serious problems with their health if they do sports professionally. So, the best way is just to walk a lot, to have an active way of life, to do morning exercises, to go to the gym, um, to to work out on a regular basis. That's it.
Are you on a diet or do you eat whatever you want?
Now I'm on a diet. I won't say that it's very strict, because I can't stand a strict diet, and I always give up. So now I have a special diet, healthy diet. Um, I ordered a special delivery. They just every evening I have my meals for the next day, four meals a day of healthy food, and the amount of calories is 1,100. So I'm able to just add some nuts or several slices of cheese to have a snack between these meals, and I'm trying to cut down on sugar, and it's the second week that I don't use sugar in my tea and coffee. I just add half a spoon of honey there, and what else? And it's the second week that I don't add milk in my tea and coffee. And first it was quite difficult, because it's my habit. I always drink tea and coffee with milk. So the aim is to lose some weight, and mm, just to form a habit to eat healthy food. And actually, I don't have a problem with junk food, but the problem I have is just I don't have a strict schedule. Like in the morning when you are in a hurry, you just swallow a cup of coffee and grab a yogurt. Then if I spend the whole day in the office, I have just 1 hour break for lunch and I go to the nearest cafe. I have quite a good lunch. It can be a salad and a soup and the main course, and the food is quite healthy in the cafe where I usually go. But then from 1 o'clock till late evening, I don't have an opportunity to have a meal because I have lessons non-stop, and I just when I feel hungry, I just keep drinking coffee with sweets or nuts, something like that, and it's no good. That is why I just and I moreover I don't have time to cook different food, like to have different 4 different meals a day. That is why I just decided to order this healthy food delivery. Now I don't have problems, and I can have just like 10 minutes break before between the lessons and have a meal.
Number 45. Is it important to you to be fit? Why or why not?
Of course, it is important to be fit. It's so difficult for me to just to talk about these things because I don't go to the gym. I don't work out on a regular basis. But at the same time, I know that it is important to be full of energy, to be in good mood, to just to feel good.
Number 46. How often do you exercise? Number 46.
It's like, I don't do any exercises. No morning exercises. I don't go to the gym. My daughter is more persistent in this. She tries to do exercises maybe 3 or 4 times a week at home, and I'm really proud of her. She just finds some videos in YouTube, and in the evening she does exercises.
7. Why were you last hospitalized?
Why were I last hospitalized? I don't remember when I was last hospitalized and why. One thing I remember quite well, and I think it was the last time when I was hospitalized. It was when I was pregnant, and the situation was quite serious. There was a threat, and during the whole period, 9 months of pregnancy, I spent almost 6 months being hospitalized. After that, no problems.
Number 48. Why would someone need to call an ambulance?
When there is a problem, a sudden problem, terrible pain, I don't know, in your stomach, when you have high blood pressure and some symptoms of a heart attack, if you have very high temperature and a fever, different reasons.
Number 49. How many times do you get vaccinated against the flu?
I've never been vaccinated against the flu.
Number 50. What soothes the pain of a headache?
I've already said a painkiller.
Number 51. Who gives you a shot?
A nurse usually gives a shot.
Number 52. Who administers a drug?
A physician or a doctor.
Number 53. What location on the body does a nurse start an IV?
In the vein, in your arm, you have to lie in bed, and she gives you a shot in the vein and starts an IV.
Number 54. What type of injury do you need to put a band-aid on?
A callus or yeah, a callus.
Number 55. How long does it take to be discharged from the hospital after having a baby?
It depends. The situation can be very different, and if everything is okay with you and with your baby, you are discharged from the hospital after 5 or 6 days.
Number 56. Do you have any assistance to pay medical bills?
I don't understand the question. What does it mean to have an assistant to pay the medical bills? I usually pay for the medicines that I buy in the pharmacy store myself, and if I go to a private clinic and I have to pay to see a doctor, and then I pay all if he asks me to have some tests done, I pay myself. But if you go to your clinic to see the physician, you don't have to pay the bills because it's free. We pay tax for it.
Number 57. What types of injuries require an x-ray exam?
If there is a symptom that you have a fracture and you need to check if it is a fracture or not. And I remember a couple of years ago I went to the dentist and I need to extract the wisdom tooth, and they asked me to have an x-ray.
Number 58. What type of injuries require an MRI?
I don't know.
Number 59. How often do you have a checkup?
I can't say that I do it on a regular basis. Just once a year we have to have this x-ray exam to check our lungs, and all the other cases I will go to a clinic if I have a problem.